Hello my girlies, welcome back to another video. Okay, it's your girl Riley. I am so excited for this announcement, you guys. I have been waiting for a long time to talk about this and I'm ready. I am so ready. Okay, let me take a big old sip of my, they used to call these the big gulps. This is the Big Thirsty. It's very watered down because I love gas station crushed ice. Anyways, I'm so excited to announce to you guys that I am finally releasing my next book. Okay, I'm so ready for this because listen, I have been working really hard on this book. Okay, I have my notes that I have written in here. This is the notebook I used to write drafts and stuff for like all my books, and I finally finished my second book. Okay, not just the draft is done a long time ago. Okay, I'm talking about the actual writing out, about to be published type of book. Okay, now listen, if you guys didn't see my announcement for the first book, or you guys didn't hear about the first book, yes, I do have another book. Okay, it's called A Slumber Party Massacre. If you haven't read it, go check it out. Okay, chapter 2 is coming very soon. Okay, listen, before I get people who don't know about this overhyped, no, I'm not physically publishing these books yet. Okay, I do plan to one day, but I don't have the money to do that, nor do I have a publisher. So unfortunately, you guys aren't getting physical copies, but the good news is that these books will be available to you guys all for free on Wattpad. Okay, I've been writing my books on Wattpad so far. That's where I have all my drafts started. All my books that I've written so far, well, these first two so far, and all the other ones that I'm currently working on as well, they're all on Wattpad, which is good because it's like you guys get to read them for free. And if you guys like them, then later on we can hopefully petition to get them published physically, and you guys can have your physical copies, and I might sign some of them too, so that's really exciting. Anyways, my second book is called Tom. Okay, so Tom is basically a short word for peeping Tom, and that should basically tell you exactly what it's going to be about. So this is basically a stalker story. Okay, when you're reading this book, I want you to kind of feel as if you're watching the movie like Scream, for example, right? You're watching like a slasher movie. However, even though this book does have some, killing and stuff like that, because obviously this book makes you focus on one thing other than the fact that this is a killer. Okay, this book focuses on the development of a serial killer, and what I mean by that is every single killer has a start. Okay, I mean certain movies that we've seen with like famous killers out there, like Michael Myers, Jason, Leatherface, all these horror movie killers, they all have like their prequel, and you can kind of see how they're like developing into their killer slash villain era. That's what this book kind of like starts off with, is that like it's more so like every single killer or serial killer has started out as a stalker. So that's what this book is. So this book is very like stalker, but at the same time it's also like there's some slashing going on. I will say, before a lot of you guys are like, if you guys read this book and you're like, it's not at all what you're saying it is, there is killing in it. Yes, there is killing in it. However, the first book, right? Spoiler alert, yes, there will be more Tom books, okay? The first book focuses on him stalking his victims. The second book is he's officially mad. He has gone a little more upset. He's gone crazier. Now it's like, forget stalking, let's just straight up kill people, And then I don't know about a third book possibly. I'm more focusing right now on this one, but not that this one's done. Now I'm gonna start to process writing out the second book. Okay, now when I said this book reminds me a lot of Scream, it's because this is kind of like a whodunit type of story, where it's like the masked killer. Who is he? Who are they? Like, who is this killer? Is it one of the friend group people? Is it someone that the victims know? Of course, my brother decides to wash his trucks and blast his music as I'm filming a video. I hope I don't get copyrighted. Now, one thing that I did in the first book that I'm also wanting to do with this book is I did make a trailer. Okay, I know you're kind of like, a trailer? Why, Riley? This is a book, not a short film. I know, but I'm a big fan of, horror media. So like movies, TV shows, short films, videos, all this stuff. And I see when people make like short films, they make like, trailers and stuff. And I thought to myself, I don't know if people normally make trailers for books. Why don't I do that? You know what I mean? And even if there are people doing it, I want to be one of those people. So you guys are definitely going to get a trailer for this one, and I will definitely put it at the end of this video right here. And the reason why I'm saying that I want to make one is because as of filming this video, I have not made it, but hopefully by the time this video goes up, you guys are definitely going to see the trailer. Okay, I would like to make trailers for all my books. However, some of the books that I want to write and I'm writing at the moment, I don't know how to make a trailer for them, because again, this isn't a short film, this is a book. I don't know how you make trailers for books. I kind of just want to like build up a little suspense, you know, in my trailers. So I did a good job in the first book with the Slumber Party Massacre book. A lot of people told me they really liked the trailer, and a lot of people also really liked the book. So thank you guys to all of you who have read A Slumber Party Massacre. But I hope you guys get just as excited for the book Tom, because Tom is also another one of my books, okay? I will spoil a little part that I did write in this book. It's not about the story, but it is about the end, like towards like you know, when it's like when the authors do the acknowledgements or like about the author type of those things. I did write something about the Tom book that I would like to go ahead and explain to you guys. Okay, so at the very last chapter of the book, the one that comes right after the acknowledgements, is called Writing This Book. Now, I'm going ahead and using my iPad because this is where I did write my book. So I have here writing the book with me, okay? So I'm not going to read it word for word because you guys will get to read that, but I am basically going to spoil it for you guys. So basically what I had to say about this book is writing this book was a completely different process and a different experience than writing The Slumber Party Massacre. The reason why is because this book, the masked killer that is focused on in this book, you guys are going to probably make fun of me for this, but this book actually gave me nightmares writing it, okay? And the reason why is because this book focuses a lot on the killer watching their victims through their window. And when I tell you guys, writing this book gave me the biggest nightmares ever, because I would wake up in the middle of the night like sweaty, nervous, and the first thing I do, my bed is right here, you guys. I'm filming right in front of my bed. Right in front of me is my window, right? So it's like if something were to be at my window watching me, my bed's right there. I'm right there. That's my girl Tiffany, right? We're right there, you know? I had like a minor fear of windows while writing this book, because I just thought to myself, like, what if like someone's out there watching me and I'm like experiencing this because I'm writing this book. Like, this book almost became bad luck for me, because not only was I having some of the worst nightmares of my life while I was in the process of writing this book, but I was also developing a fear of going outside at night when it's dark, walking through the hallways while it's dark, and windows. Like, my windows, technically I don't close them all the way at night because I like in the morning when the sun hits. I started closing my windows all the way, like my blinds, curtains. I started closing them because of the fear I started having of someone potentially being outside watching me sleep. This is crazy, because I know that a lot of people have heard of stories of, like, you know, authors, directors, writers, all these people who create stories like this and then they go through things, you know. If you don't believe me, look it up. I mean, you have Stephen King. He wrote The Shining because he had one of the worst experiences at this hotel and comes out The Shining, right? The difference with me is that I was writing this book because I thought of this idea about this mass stalker who kills victims to get close to one specific person, and then the whole focus is windows, because he stands outside your windows watching you. And I was like, I'm gonna write this book. And so I wrote it, and as I'm writing it, suddenly I start feeling this fear of windows. One time I did actually have a nightmare of the masked killer from this book. And if you're wondering what the masked killer looks like, I mean, he's in the cover, guys, okay? I know that's just a drawing. I drew that cover, okay? First of all, I draw all my art covers for my books. I drew the Slumber Party one, and I drew this one. I know they're very simple, but it's like, that's kind of how I like it, because, you know, my whole aesthetic when I wrote the Slumber Party Massacre is that I wanted my aesthetic for my horror books to be kind of like old classic horror movies. And if you look at like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw, they're all very simple posters. They're not too extreme. You don't see all these like characters on the screen. It's like, you don't see all these characters like up on the poster or anything like that. You just see a very simple little something that lets you know what you're watching. That's kind of what I wanted with my books. It's like something simple. Don't put all the characters on the cover. Don't put too much like on the cover, just kind of put a little something that lets the reader know more or less what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? The Slumber Party Massacre, I drew a clown face because technically the killers in that book are clowns. They're wearing clown masks. In this one, you see the masked killer right outside of a window. That is the focus of this book. He's outside your window watching you, and he just watches. That's it. You know what I mean? But if he gets too close, that's when he starts killing you. So I know you guys are about to check out the trailer for this book that I made, this little like teaser going on, but I did want to let you guys also know on the date on when this book comes out. So don't worry, you guys have some time. If you guys would like to use up this time while you wait to read my other book, you guys can definitely do so. I will link it down in the description so you guys can check out the Slumber Party Massacre. I think recently it just hit like 100 reads, so like I want to thank all of you guys so much for that. My book was trending at one point. I think I did a video on that as well. This book can do just as good, if not better. I would love that, you guys. It would really mean the world to me. Okay, as a trans horror author, I love what I'm doing. Okay, I love the idea of just writing horror books and like creating all these like worlds and horror characters and villains and stuff and like final girls. I love it, you know what I mean? And it's not every day you hear of a trans woman who creates this stuff and puts this stuff out there. So, you know, and I know a lot of you guys are thinking, girl, calm down, it's just Wattpad. I know it's Wattpad, okay, but a lot of people get good luck with Wattpad. There's a lot of stories out there that have been published to Wattpad or to Webtoon or any of these places, even short films on YouTube who get published into like, they make movies or they get physical copies of their books. You know what I mean? It's like people look into them, they invest in them, and they collab with the creator, the original creator, and they make it into something big. That's what I want, guys. That's what I'm working on. That's what I would like to do with not only this book but my first book and every single book from now on. So, but the only way I can do that is if you guys help me out by checking them out when they release. Okay, so please do me the favor and check out Thomas, and also please read my other book, A Slumber Party Massacre. And by the way, for all you horror movie lovers out there like me, no, the Slumber Party Massacre book does not have anything to do with the movie The Slumber Party Massacre. They have nothing to do with each other, only the fact that they have a similar cover. Okay? But other than that, I will leave you guys here. Just want to give you guys the announcement that my book is ready, guys. It's just ready to just click publish, and that's it, you know? So yeah, I will see you guys. Remember to leave this video a like if you guys enjoyed, and please make sure to subscribe, and also please make sure to check out A Slumber Party Massacre, because that is my first work. Okay, it was my first ever book and I was very proud of it, and people loved it, and I know you will love it too. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.